Good afternoon, kings and queens.
Opportunity of a lifetime. She put on a black business suit and a white blouse, boarded a plane to New York City because this job could change her life forever. She got off the plane, stepped into a limo, but she became so overwhelmed with the enormity of the opportunity that her nose began to bleed. Before she knew it, she looked down and blood was all over her white blouse. She looked at the driver and said, "Please take me to the hotel because I can't show up to the interview looking like this." He pulls up to the hotel. She runs in, gets on the elevator, begins to iron her backup blouse. And at that very moment is when the Twin Towers were knocked down on 9/11. The very building she was supposed to interview in, the very building she was supposed to be in. She was headed to that building and it was knocked down on 9/11. Her mother began to panic because cell phone connections were out for days. On day one, she began to pray. On day two, she started planning her funeral because she had not heard from her baby in 2 days. But on the third day, I'm sorry, Rock City Church, but it's something about that third day. Her phone rang, and while sitting in the kitchen, she heard a voice that almost made her run around her house. She answered the phone and said hello, and her daughter said, "Mama, I'm still here." I want to pause and parenthetically digress. If I had to testify for many of you can testify to the reality. I don't know how, I don't know why, still don't even know who. But when I look back over my life, it's some stuff that should have took me out years ago. But I wish I had 1,000 folk who could testify I'm still here. Didn't have the money, didn't have the connection, had to deal with haters, fake friends, and false families. But God kept me in the midst of it all. Somebody ought to shout, "I'm still here." That's why the devil can't stand you. That's why people stare at you. Because when the rumors of your demise were greatly exaggerated, yet you come walking in like ain't nothing wrong with you, they don't realize God had his hand on your life. I don't want to be stuck up, bougie, arrogant, or sedity, but this is the difference between some of y'all and the rest of y'all. Some of y'all are in the witness protection program. You want to sit in here like you got it all together, but then some of us can care less what any of y'all think about us. When I look back over my life and think things over, all of my good days outweigh my bad days, I'm still. And mama did exactly what you did. Mama got excited. She's shouting. She's jumping. Everybody in the kitchen is asking her, what? She said, my baby's still here. My baby, cancel the funeral, cancel the arrangement. She's still here. Then mama got quiet. She said, "I want to shout, but I'm confused. Because when I hung up the phone with you, you were headed to the tower. How you didn't end up in that tower?" She said, "Mama, I was headed to the tower, but then I looked down and was covered in blood. Had I not been covered in blood, I would have died that day." I know y'all new school, but I need 5 old school saints who can say it was nothing. I'm a preach to y'all, they sleep over there. Will you just high-five 5 people and tell them the blood did it, the blood did it? Grandmama said, "What can wash away my sins? What can make me whole again?" Touch 3 people and shout, "Nothing but the..." I wish I had 300 people who would type the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood, the blood.